Laser distance meters make quick work of measuring. Today I want to show you some tips and tricks to get the most out of these incredibly useful tools, including situations where you don't have a helper to hold the measuring tape. Hi, this is Steve DeMasi, and welcome to Uncharted DIY. These tools go by a lot of different names, but to keep things simple, I'll just refer to this type of tool as a laser distance meter, or LDM for short. The term laser tape measure is sometimes used too, but this is actually a different tool with different capabilities, like this one. I'll go over this device in a different video. Check out this video if you'd like a better understanding of when and how to use the measurement modes, especially the Pythagorean indirect modes found on many LDMs. Today, I'm using the D80 Pro from Apex Forge Tools to demonstrate these tips and tricks. This meter has some premium features, including Pythagorean and angle measurements, not usually found at this affordable price point. I have a review and comparison of two other models here. Let's get right into ways to make using any type of laser measuring tool easier, faster, and more accurate. First, remember that lasers and eyeballs are not a good mix. Never point the laser at any person or animal's eyes, since even low-power lasers can cause permanent damage. Be aware of where the beam is going around glass or mirrors, since reflected energy can still be harmful. This is a view of the meter you should never see if the laser is on. Pointing a laser dot at a long distance will greatly amplify even the slightest hand movement, resulting in reading errors and inaccurate results. This one measures up to 262 feet, or 80 meters, and I find it's very difficult to hold the device steady, point it precisely, and then press the button while measuring long distance. It takes a second or two for a meter to get a measurement, so if the dot is bouncing all over the place, it often results in an error. This tool has a tripod mounting hole, allowing it to be attached to various supports. I use a monopod with miniature fold-out legs when I need really high accuracy. The LDM is very light, so I find it doesn't need a large, heavy tripod to support it. Just about any support will do the trick. In some situations, mounting it is overkill for a quick measurement. For those, I support the LDM on stable objects I find nearby, such as a wall, a door, a windowsill, a tablet, or even my own arm to rest it on. Finding the laser dot can be difficult in direct sunlight. Really bright sun can render many laser tools useless, since the dot is no brighter than its surroundings. Of course, you could wait for overcast conditions or shoot closer to dawn and dusk, but this isn't always an option. Some high-end LDMs feature high-intensity green lasers and built-in cameras to deal with these issues, but there are some ways to improve outdoor performance without spending a lot of money. At closer distances, the laser often works in bright sunlight, but the dot can be hard to find. A couple of tricks to help see where the laser is actually pointing include using closer objects to sneak up on the target. For instance, using a post between you and the target to shine the dot on, then moving it slightly to the actual target works much better than just pointing in the general direction and searching for the dot. In a pinch, I'll hold my hand out at arm's length and then hold the laser in front of one eye and sight down it like I would a rifle sight. I then open my fingers to reveal the target. This helps get me in the general vicinity. Following the shadow areas to the target works well in many situations. It's easy to see the dot in the shadows. Another trick is to shoot into a covered area or place an open box at the target distance. Use anything available to create shade. This allows you and the meter to see the dot more clearly. The best types of surfaces for lasers are smooth, opaque, and medium to light in value. Very dark or black objects can absorb so much of the light that getting the reading is difficult, especially at longer distances. There are times when there isn't anything for the laser dot to land on. In those cases, you can use just about anything to beam the laser at. I've used sticky notes, a piece of cardboard, or wood scraps. At short distances, I'll often use my phone or my tablet as a backstop, since I'm already using the LDM app when I'm measuring. Using the back or applying a bit of masking tape eliminates issues with the glass. For quick measurements out of reach of your arm, a selfie stick or broomstick can be helpful. Another option is to use a flat laser target or reflective card or plate as a backstop. Mine came with a small one like this. Some of these targets will stand on their own and include magnets for mounting them to metal surfaces. Reflective tape is another great option for difficult areas where a plate won't work. Using cardboard, reflective tape, and a $2 yard sign holder, I created a target for measuring distances in the grass where otherwise there'd be nothing to aim the laser at. This works great for quickly laying out gardens, sheds, and other areas that would be difficult to do with a tape measure. Reflective tape is especially handy when measuring a surface that's irregular or bumpy, like a brick wall or a heavily textured surface. The laser distance meter is super handy for times when you can't physically get to the place that needs to be measured. As long as you can see the laser dot, you can measure through tiny openings that would be impossible with a tape measure. Sometimes you can't put the LDM at the position needed for measuring. Let's say you need to determine the distance between the rafters in the attic, but reaching them would be difficult. On this meter, one way to measure would be to use the continuous measurement mode. This will display the minimum distance, the maximum distance, and the difference between them. Another would be to take two measurements, one of the first rafter, then one of the next rafter. Now, just calculate the difference. Some LDMs feature plus and minus buttons that allow addition and subtraction and calculate the distance for you. This LDM doesn't have this feature, but it's really nice to have when you need it. Weak batteries or a low battery charge can affect the accuracy of your measurement. Keep the laser and sensor lenses clean of dust and debris. A sunglass pouch to store the laser in can help if yours didn't come with a case. Some LDMs connect wirelessly with apps that allow you to not only keep an ongoing history of measurements, but you can add notes to the measurements, lay out floor plans, and even mark up photos and share them. They can also store a large amount of data on board, allowing you to review previous measurements. Some LDMs allow you to quickly and easily change between units of measurement even after you've taken the measurement. This is great, say for converting from imperial to metric. Most meters allow you to change whether the measurement starts at the laser emitter in the front or from the rear of the meter. Some, like this one, have a center option, which is useful for mounting on a tripod, so the reference point is closer to the pivot point. Using the wrong reference point can cause errors of several inches. Try to shoot at 90-degree angles to the object you're measuring. Shooting at an off angle will change the relative distances and result in inaccurate measurements. Hopefully, you got a tip or two that you didn't already know. And if you found it helpful, please give it a like so YouTube knows it has useful information and will share it with more people. This is Steve, and thanks for watching Uncharted DIY.